the charts. It's Monday. Put a couple of things out in our community earlier. To start off with, as always, if you're watching this and if you're not part of C1M, then why the hell not? Just head over to c1m.io, check it out. Just check it out. That's all you need to do. We've got the education on there. Also, it will lead you and link you into Discord, which is our community where we have an ever-growing community of traders. People like me sharing thoughts, ideas. So, yeah, come and join the party. I'm a little bit all over the place now because I didn't think that this was going to work. I got all prepped before my first run, and I was like, right, seminar mode. And now I'm not. So, yeah, let's just go with it. What am I doing? Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's pull up. I'll pull up a chart. That's a good place to start. Let's pull up a chart. Pull up a chart to start. Good old trading view. Let me just find that on my screen. I've got about 29,000 tabs open, which I'm sure we all have. I'll get there eventually, people. It's actually now working, which is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So what do we have here? We have TradingView. We trade, or most of us will, on Binance, unless you're American and you shit out of luck. There's some news coming out with the Binance UK. There's always going to be news about regulations and shutdowns and restrictions on the futures market or whatever, but it's unfortunately, I'm in Bali, I'm in Indonesia, so I don't really pay too much attention to it, but everything's going to be all right, people. Where there is a will, there is a way. So whatever they do will, if you're American now and you can't get on Binance, then there is alternatives. TradingView. So let's break it down. I'm on 4-hour candles here. I'm not going to go too much into what all of this is, because if you want to know what it all is, then just check out the website. But we have candles, Bollinger Bands, exponential moving averages. One of my last seminars that I did, I talked about Bitcoin going over 40K. So I've just rewind. Can I get a rewind? I've rewound it a little bit for you. This is kind of where I did my seminar, my last one around the 14th, so a couple of weeks ago. And in the video and in the seminar, I talked through this line here, which is this yellow line, which is the 200 moving average, which is one of the best ways with the exponential moving averages to identify a longer term trend. And in the video, I talked about it looked to be pushing through. However, one thing that would stop it is because it's potentially going to bounce off this moving average, which it did. So if we just take a trip down memory lane from when I did the seminar, you can see here, 4-hour candles again, it did push through. Price got rejected from the 200 length moving average. Then hugging the bottom Bollinger Band, we came all the way down. I put out some updates in our Discord community about this. I said we'll be retesting the 30 mark again, which here we did. This support line, you can see we dropped quite a bit below that, ended up kind of like a hammer candle. Then we have a bit of a double bottom coming up, and don't we all love a double bottom? Here we are again around the support line. So we're thankfully holding this line pretty good, because if we don't hold this line, then we can't really go much lower than 28 here. If we are going, or if we're going to go lower than 28, then we're going down to the early 20s, which is obviously not what we want. So we've got some good support here, as well as a 200 length moving average, which is this yellow line. I work and trade with some shorter term lengths, 12 and 50. So the 12 has actually crossed over the middle Bollinger Band, coming up towards the 50, which is a bit of a medium term trend. We're definitely getting a bit of a bunch up off these moving averages, which obviously, depending on what the moving average is, if you get a few of these lengths bunched up together, it just means that over them certain time periods, we've not had much volatility. The price has been consolidating, which it has, and so has Bitcoin. And sorry, I'm just looking at alerts coming in on my phone as well. Again, I'll reference Discord in this seminar, and if you're not on it, then get in Discord, and then you can see what I'm referencing. Again, the links are all below, but this, and as I posted in the Discord community, actually, is on the big picture, we're looking quite bearish. We are. However, we have found support time and time again here along this support line. And now we could say this is characterized, again, as I say, by a bigger double bottom. So we've come down, we've come up, we've come down. We've retested this same sort of support area, which it's held. And now we're moving back up. So the signs or the characteristics of a double bottom is the shape of a W. We've had this long drop down, up, down. So we should be moving on up. But at the moment, and what I did draw and share in the community this morning when I first got up, it looks like it's going to be pushing through. We've just got some resistance here that it's struggling to get through. And you can see right over on this far period, what was acting as support here, it came down to. Let's just go from this exact level. What was acting as support here acted as resistance. It got rejected there. It's never going to be to the exact dollar or Satoshi, depending on what you're looking at. We actually pushed through here, but we have a bit of a double top and it's come down. So now we're very much at this area. And this is looking lovely. This has a very nice continuation signal. You could say it's kind of like a bull flag. We have a point. We have an ascending support line up. So it's showing that we should continue through. I do think there's going to be a bit of a pullback. And I think I said in the community down to around 32,000. I can't see it being much less than that. I don't think we're going to be coming back down to the 30 region. Again, this is all just me speaking out loud, but I think we're going to have a little pullback here. Generally, if a chart or a pattern looks too good to be true, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, it will usually always pull a little bit back in the other direction before truly going in that direction. It's all to do with the psychology. One of the seminars I've got coming up this week is to do with exactly that, the psychology of trading futures. Crypto is very volatile. Futures is extremely volatile because it's all to do with long and short perpetual contracts. So you must be aware of it and also take it into account when you're assessing trades and giving yourself that wiggle room and using a bit less leverage to allow yourself to have that wiggle room if it does in fact move a bit in the other direction. So what we're looking at here now, let's go into a little bit of a closer look. I mean, this is almost textbook for a continuation in terms of we've had the flag, we've had the pole, we've had the surge up, we've come down, we have this ascending support line, which I mentioned, but I'll draw you out here, which is like this, aka the lows each time are getting higher. So it's a sign of not only has it come up, it's come up, sorry. Has it come up? It's come up. It's come down, but each time it's trying to be pulled back down, it's not getting pulled down as much. So this is looking very flaggish. But again, I could be wrong, but just with my experience on the futures market, and this is relevant to Bitcoin, this is relevant to any coin, is when you have what is known as like a double top here, which is what it is. Right now, we've come to this exact, almost Bitcoin, almost exact dollar mark here. So we're quite literally at quite a crunch point, aka it's either going to go up or down. Shall we flip a coin? Shall I smash the hammer against the screen and see what happens? No, you've got to use some knowledge and indicators to give you an indication of what should be happening in the situation. And with that in mind, I do believe it's going to continue up, but I think we're going to have a bit of a pullback before. Again, I could be wrong, but I think we are going to pull back down, just like here. We're talking about this similar sort of resistance line. And the reason for that is because since the 26th, when we come down, we've shot down. Generally, if something moves quite a big amount and quite quickly in one direction, it's going to very quickly come back in the other direction. If that makes a bit of sense, if these are having huge movements and big predominant candle body lengths within the candles, not big wicks, then you will quite often see that as quickly as they move in one direction, they bounce back. And again, that ties in with a bit of the manipulation of the futures market and trading in general. The more of us smaller guys that go, oh, that looks beautiful. Like now, that looks amazing. I'm going to open a long, and it could be a great long. But people are opening longs. Longs are being opened as we speak. Long, I'm going to long. I'm long. The more of us little minions that go, right, I'm going to long. We've then just got the big whales, the big boys waiting behind the scenes with an astronomical amount of cash, waiting to open an almighty short contract position, market short, that will just, with that exact sound effect, it's going to swallow up the longs to therefore make their position bigger and kind of purposely bring this price back down. I put in the community, as I said, that we're going to actually drop back down to like the 32 mark, which is still my prediction. And at the moment now, we are quite literally hanging on. I'm hanging on to my chair, but we are with all these charts and candle patterns and chart patterns, they come to certain points. And we're at that point now that based, and again, you can see this is a little bit higher, almost to the exact dollar. We are here topping, double topping. You get double bottoms, you get double tops. We're double topping, and I'm running out of battery. That's great. We're double topping, and I'm running out of battery. Maybe I'll get my hammer out. Let me just plug myself back in. And let's just keep an eye on this. For those of you in the chat, on the seminar, say hello if you are looking at any coins, if you have any questions, or if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, or just let me know that there's somebody out there. Please say hello. I hope the video and the audio is much better. If not, he's ready. As we wait to see if anyone's got anything to say, you can see here it's still kind of gathering, accumulating at this particular point. We have a red candle. Let's zoom in, shall we, people? Let's zoom on in. We have a red candle. It's nothing to get carried away about because it's on the 5-minute time frame. But guess what? 3 5-minute candles equals a 15-minute candle. 4 15s equals an hour. So it's all relative to whatever length you're looking at, whatever time frame you're looking at. Why do we talk about Bitcoin so much? Well, it is the backbone of the crypto market. If I sit down, before I go to jiu-jitsu in the morning, I get back from the beach, I try and do a couple of hours trading. I need to know what Bitcoin is doing for the couple of hours I'm going to be trading. AKA, if Bitcoin in the market's moving up, then I should be longing. Bitcoin's moving down, then I should be shorting. If Bitcoin's holding, consolidating, which it has been doing within a range, then that's good. And that's when we're going to start seeing these alts absolutely start popping, which is great. Alt season. Let's just see. I'm just flicking between 12 different screens. Is it true 60% of the time double tops work every time? Is it true that you've seen Ron Burgundy? So yeah, I mean, maybe not 60% of the time they work every time, but I know what you're getting at. I love double tops. I prefer double bottoms, and I know you do, Ben. Um, they are great, and it's just whether it's a double bottom or triple bottom, even better. Or like these chart patterns, it's for whatever reason these support, resistance, and trend lines are based off the past historical data that for resistance levels they are price regions, they're points where historically this, say, Bitcoin has struggled to push through that price, aka when it gets to that price, people are selling off, people are closing longs and opening shorts. And same for supports. People are either buying back in at that time or opening longs. So for me, yeah, it's all trends. And 60% of the time, Benjamin, it works every time. What budget would you recommend for a beginner to start with in regards to features? I guess you mean futures. That's fine. I'll let you off. I guess in the beginning, I don't guess. Well, in the beginning, it doesn't really matter. With the education that we have at c1m.io, that is all for free, or with the coaching calls that I do, or students that I'm working one-on-one with, in the beginning, it doesn't really matter, because what you should be focusing on, I remember I was very confident with spot trading, and then I learned futures, and you've just got to get used to executing futures trades how you want to. Oh, we have popped up. It's moving on up. Is that going to be a wick to suck it up before we drop back down, or are we going to continue up? Let's see with this wick and what happens here. You can see, and again, with what I was talking about with I will come back to your question in just a moment. Yeah, you can see here, this has shot through. But with what I was just saying about with the psychology of futures, now is the time that, okay, let's get in a long now. Let's jump quick. Let's go for a long. Everybody's longing. It's continued through. This is going to continue up. No. This is one of the, could you say rookie, maybe? I aim to tie it in with your question as well for the beginning. For things like this looks fantastic. This, for me, okay, I'm on 5-minute candles, so I don't want to get carried away. This is broken through this resistance. It's continuing. It's going up. No, it's not. On this very small time frame, yes, it is. However, let's look on a slightly bigger time frame. What do we have here? Okay, 15 minutes. Yeah, we've still got 1 minute left of this 15-minute candle. Let's go on to 1 hour. We're still hovering at this sort of resistance level here. And because we've come up, we've come down, we've come up, we're at this resistance level here. All I'm trying to say is, and what a lot of people will do at this point, is jump in on a long. And this is where longs get open. Let's open a long, let's open a long, let's open a long. And as I've just talked about, I'm pretty sure that as I'm just talking through this, within the next 5 or 10 minutes, before 4 o'clock, before a 4-hour candle closes, this is going to come crashing down. Let's see if that happens. I could be wrong. Who knows? I've got a hammer. It doesn't matter. I got a hammer. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Let's keep an eye on this. I mean, in terms of your question with starting off, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the beginning. As I was saying, it's a bit of an adjustment trading with the futures, executing a position how you want to. So you've opened it with the correct leverage. It's on cross, it's on isolated. You've got the right leverage. You've got in the price that you want, the amount that you want. But not only that, then once you're in it, you put in your stop markets, you put in your limit. There are a few more steps to it, and it's a little bit more faster paced than a spot trade. So in the beginning, just get used to doing that. Once you have got liquidated, which for me, is a valuable thing to do. Get liquidated and learn from it. You know what it feels like. Obviously, using small amounts. Once that has happened, once you get comfortable with opening and closing positions, then you start to look at things like TA, technical analysis. Oh, no, I do not want to leave the site. Then you start applying knowledge, and whether you're using your knowledge or alerts or many different variables out there, you then start applying that to your trading. A long answer short, it doesn't matter. Start with $10, start with $5. Again, on our website, we have some that my brother's created, actually, some educational materials. A trade calculator has a leverage calculator, a trade log, a leverage calculator, some valuable tools to enable you to keep track of the trades that you're doing, and log the profit that you're making or the losses that you're making. Again, in the beginning, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is just getting comfortable with the trades that you're doing, and then just increment, just build it up. Because there's so much volume in the futures market. Whether you are trading with $5 or 500 or 5,000 or 50,000, within reason, it doesn't matter. We are a speck in the ocean. We're a drop in the ocean with the amount of volume on most of these coins. So just start small and just grow a little bit, add a little bit, and then go from there. So you can see here now, as minions that have gone right. Along, it's amazing. It's going up. Oh shit! No, what's happening? It's starting to come down. This continuation signal that is continuing. Why is it not continuing? Well, because it won't always continue. You're very welcome, Imain. Any other questions? Any other Anchorman quotes there, Ben? Or anybody got any more questions with what I've just referred to? This is a little bit disjointed today, mainly because of the bloody technology. Wi-Fi here, me trying to get it. So they're only going to get better and better. And I think on Wednesday, I'll do another one, and it will be more so going into different indicators, again, Q&A, but also me actually trading as well. I'll switch over onto Binance Futures. Because if I was doing that, I would be shorting Bitcoin right now. And you're probably going, why the hell would you be shorting Bitcoin? Because most people are sat there thinking, right, I'm going to long Bitcoin. And that strategy or mindset itself, you may be thinking, what is this guy on? But I will tie it all in when I talk about the psychology of Bitcoin, of futures, also chart patterns, candle lengths, time periods, and these little hooks, these little baits. If something looks too good to be true, and if you're going like, oh my God, this is going up, let's get in on it. Oh. However many thousands of people are all looking at it thinking the same, and as all little people are going, oh, let's long, and it's gone. In the famous words of South Park, and it's gone. Sign up for the free. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, these videos are just, they're only going to get better and better. It's me sat in my place here in Bali. Weather's a bit crap today. It reminds me a bit of England, but not quite as cold. It's certainly warm here. But it's just me, just throwing out these videos to you. Let me just go back on to... Let's see what it's going to do here. How many we got on? We did actually have a few more, actually. I think they probably got either put off by the hammer or because the first stream... This quality looks better, which is good. Let's hope it records better. Otherwise, I will not be happy and the hammer will come out. I think I've had a bit too much caffeine. Look, okay, it's poked through. It's not trading advice, but if you're watching this and you got some USDT, pop a little bit in with a short on Bitcoin. When I trade Bitcoin, I somewhere between 40 to 60 leverage I use, mainly because usually the movements are much less. That may sound like a lot because, well, it is a lot. Definitely use less. And that's another bit of advice for you to start out with. Use less leverage. Give yourself more wiggle room. Stick with a strategy. But when I first started, I was using 66 leverage on everything. And while you can make money quickly, you can lose money very, very quickly. And if you're operating with a 2-to-1 stop ratio, you're just not giving yourself enough space. You know, if your timing's a bit off or with these wicks that are going on, you have to allow the wiggle room. And yeah, what did splurge on up has lost its upward momentum. I'll do a little bit of an update on this in the community to see where it ends up. But this is dropping down, and I think, just like I said in the Discord chat earlier, I'll do an update. But I think we're coming back now to around the 32,500 region before, if we do, it will then go piling up through this resistance. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And I think that could be it for now. That was TradingView. That was a seminar by moi, Richard, part of C1M team. As always, check out below, come to our website, join our community, and keep an eye on the YouTube page. If you hit the bell button, you'll get notified when I go live, or when I post a video, which I will be doing. And again, yeah, come and join our community, say hello. Crypto's had a massive drop. So it's a fucking great time to be getting into it. You know, the crypto market's dropped over 50%. So I do believe we have a very strong end to the year coming up. And, well, a very strong future in general. So let's just see if anyone's got any. Thank you for the content, C1M team. You're very welcome. I'll be here all week. Hammer time. Cheers, people. Have a lovely day, and I will I'll see you on the flip side. You stay classy.